And he said, never waste a good crisis.
Devastating news coming out of Japan as ex-Prime Minister Shinzo Abe assassinated while giving a speech with apparently a guy that was just frustrated, quote unquote, given the police report with Shinzo Abe. Frustrated how? Interesting. The guy apparently created his own shotgun at home and shot the man and he bled to death. Devastatingly horrific act in a very strict gun control area of the world. And yet this still happened. Because you can't stop evil from happening. It's going to always be around. There's no such thing as utopia. Not with selfish and horrible people in the world. Get that through your head. You and I all have the capacity to carry out evil. It's those that choose not to are the ones that should be admired. But this idea that if we just get rid of the tool, all of a sudden evil goes away. And this is a perfect example of an opportunity. Because what do the Democrats talk about? And in my lifetime, the Democrats have always used a saying, and I'll let one of the greatest Democrats to ever live. She's very powerful. She's important. She's a friend of the Epsteins. And here is Hillary Clinton saying this.
And he said, never waste a good crisis.
Never waste a good crisis. So what does our beloved ice cream loving, little girl sniffing president want to talk about in this time of crisis? What does he talk about? Does he talk about the mourning? We're standing with the people of Japan as we mourn the loss of one of their great, amazing friend of mine and also leader in Japan. And this shouldn't be happening, blah, blah, blah. But what does Joe Biden talk about? And again, keep in mind, never let a crisis go to waste. Joe Biden, go.
The fact is that one thing did get my attention, that this is the first use of a weapon to murder someone in Japan. And I think we have thus far 3,000, I won't hold me to the number, 688 between 3,000 and 4,000 cases. They have one.
Yeah, exactly. They have one case. I don't know his name. I don't want to talk about him, but I'm going to talk about taking away your guns. We have a problem in America. Let's put it back on us. Let's talk about my agenda. Let's talk about the stuff that I already want to accomplish. When I see this happening, it fits my narrative, and therefore I'm going to push down my agenda. This is my time to shine. This is my time to talk about myself. This is my time to talk about my party. This is my time to talk about how if you vote for Republicans, they're going to make everything worse. And we need to have gun reform now. Common sense gun reform. It's just common sense. How can you be against it? If you're against it, therefore you don't have any common sense, and therefore you're just an idiot. And maybe we shouldn't allow you to vote. And maybe if you're not vaccinated, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you think politicians, particularly on the Democratic side, at least in my lifetime, they will use every opportunity. They will use your trauma. They will use your story. They will use a horrific act that happened to you in order to push down their agenda. There's no empathy. There's no sympathy. They don't care. They're not mourning the loss of Shinzo Abe. This is an opportunity to continue. This fits the narrative. If it fits the narrative, they talk about it. If it fits their agenda, they talk about it. That's why they talk about the Highland Park shooter, which was a horrible, horrible act. But in the same light, in the same city, more people were shot and murdered not too far away from there. And they don't say a word. So don't talk to me about empathy and politics or these people actually care about you. It's like the biggest joke in the world. Joe Biden is so aggressive and lackadaisical and cold-hearted in this moment to talk about our problem, our gun reform. He's like celebrating the fact that, you know what? Only one person has died from a shotgun. That's pretty cool. We should be more like them. I have people in my family that tell me this guy is a good guy. It's just like, Obama, I almost said Obama. Biden dumbfounds me daily with the stuff that comes out of his mouth. Look, never let a crisis go to waste. Politicians will use your story, they'll use your trauma, they'll use horrific acts that happen to you in order to push down their agenda. They don't care about the actual horrific act. They just want to stay in power, and they want their message to reign over the other because it's a I told you so moment. It's a I'm smarter than you. See, I was always the right one in the right in the end. That's all they care about. And it's I wish it wasn't the case. It seems like the people that are like that are the ones that are celebrated, and the people that aren't like that are the ones that are cast out. The ones that actually have some sort of empathy. But this is our beloved president using a moment such as a man being shot to death in an assassination as a time to talk about common sense gun reform. That's what politics are all about. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm curious. Your thoughts, you're welcome to email me at thederekoshayshow@gmail.com, or you can comment below, like, share, and tell everyone about this video. Comment below. It helps the algorithms out. Put a like on it, on the video. Share it with all your friends and family. The only way it grows through you, and it would mean a lot to me if you did so. We are starting to grow, and I'm seeing a growth, which is good to see. I hope you guys have a great day. I have another video coming out. Happy Friday, everyone. You freaking made it to the end of the week. Terrible, devastating news. But of course, our own politicians show us the way of morality. Don't look to politicians for being moral, upstanding figures, because there's a good chance they're not. So stop putting them in that light. They're not godlike. They're not people to strive to be like. I guarantee you there are better people in your neighborhood than the greatest politician that ever lived. I'm just assuming, but I don't know. I hope you guys have a great day, and check out my next video. All right, bye.